Hi, friends. Phoebe says hi too. She's a very good kitty friend. Welcome to Talking to French People. Certain deaths, celebrity deaths, I guess you'd say, have affected me. Very rarely, but occasionally some of them do. One celebrity death that causes me existential terror is Jerry Orbach, who played Lenny Briscoe in Law and Order. And I don't know why, but every time I think about him, I become consumed with existential terror about mortality. It's perhaps because he died at 69, which is awfully young. My connection's unstable. What? Why is my connection unstable? Is that why, Kitty? Okay, well, if it does that again, I'm going to turn this off and reset the modem. He died at 69, and yeah, he was quite a Broadway performer, apparently. I didn't know that. I just was looking it up on Wikipedia, actually. Because I woke up this morning thinking about Jerry Orbach and Lenny Briscoe, or as I in my mind, I was thinking about Lenny Briscoe. I didn't remember what his name was until I looked it up. But I don't know why, of all people, of all deaths, celebrity deaths, it's not like I was particularly enamored of the guy or anything. It's just he was such a fixture. And he seemed fine. In fact, he was diagnosed with prostate cancer 10 years before he died. And nobody knew anything about it until until weeks before his death. And in particular, I remember this one episode of Law and Order where the whole idea of the episode was that, he was getting too old to be a cop. And this one perp tried to frame him, like say, when you caught me, you did these nasty things to me. And he's too old to catch up with everybody or whatever. And, he says, I'll be doing this job in my wheelchair. It's like when you're young, you think, if I live to 70, great. 69, 70, great. That's plenty old. But you realize, like, my great-grandmother lived till she was 99. That's a full 3 decades longer than Jerry Orbach lived. My great-grandmother lived 30 years longer than that guy did. That's a lot more life, Yeah, apparently quite a popular guy in New York as well. Lived in a high-rise in New York and was a mainstay in all the restaurants around there and stuff. And when he died, they named the corner of this and this street or whatever after him. Makes me emotional somehow. I don't know why. But hi, Can Krishna Sarmapagu. There's another famous person whose death really impacted me a lot, more than any other famous person's death. And that's Chick Hearn. Chick Hearn was the Lakers broadcaster for all of my younger life. And when he died, I just couldn't watch the Lakers anymore. A little bit, probably. I want both, Winston's mom. I want my cake and eat it too. I want to be a bright star flashing for a long time. That's fair. That's totally fair of me. Where's my other bong? Life can be a challenge when you're feeling fussy. Boy, ain't that the truth. That's why I've come up with my new product, Moisture Be Gone. We take all of your normal feelings and reduce them by 80%. Once you try Moisture Be Gone, you'll never go back to regular human emotions. Never. Yeah, it was on the vanity. You're right. Thanks, Winston. Good call. I didn't know your uterus had location tags on my bong, Winston's mom. Good to know. Is that where my bong came from? Did you give birth to it? I don't smell any afterbirth. Push, push. Ah, it's a bong. Congratulations, you've given birth to a bong. So anyway. I've approached him about it a couple of times, and last time I approached him about it, just like, no, right, son, right now we got so much going on. I just right now, nah. So I will approach him about it again, but you got to catch him at the right moment. I made a mistake the other day when I referred to it as making an internet video instead of a YouTube video, which being anti-polar could be a big problem for him. Nicholas Watson! Hi! Nicholas Watson is a ticklish Dotson. It's true. I've been considering what archetypal animals we all are here on the front porch. I'm a bull? I don't feel like a bull. I feel more like a silverback gorilla. I watched this show one time about this silverback gorilla, and he had a couple of different wives. Like they have like three lady gorillas and then their kids. That it's like that's how they operate gorillas. One male gorilla has like 3 ladies, maybe 2 ladies tops. 2 or 3 tops. Not a whole harem of ladies, but male lowland gorillas, silverback gorillas, they have more than one woman. Anyway, I watched this thing on them, and it's like the gorilla's on the ground. He's just sort of chilling with one of the kids, and he's sort of just playing with the kid. And then the two lady gorillas start like yelling at each other, and they start like bickering back and forth. And he goes, and you see him. He goes over to the tree and climbs up there, and he like takes one lady gorilla and puts her over there and says, like, stop it. And then he climbs back down and like shakes his head, and a person in your Facebook group is making you nervous about coronavirus? Climb up the tree. Stop making her nervous about coronavirus. Yeah, it's like depends on my mood a lot, Hello, off. Find another mystery. I'm curious about this coronavirus. I haven't really heard anything about it. Is there a vaccine? I'm of the oxen. I can't be a silverback gorilla. I'm an oxen. Well, I don't feel very bull-like. I really just don't. I just don't feel very bull-like. It's like bulls are, I don't know what the simian line is. This is what my palm looks like. This is my right palm. Do you matter which palm I show you? You need to see both of them. This is my left one. The hands of an artisan. But you can see my burn. See this burn right here? My fingers and stuff, and how it's like my palm doesn't really open up all the way quite. So I grabbed a light bulb when I was like 9 months old and melted my hand. It's like bulls seem more like type 8s than me. Actually, Eric reminds you of a camel. It's a little different than a T. Or do I remind you of a T when I stand like this? That would be a good reason for you to be reminded of a T. Under the left hand for men, I think look at the little pinky. That's the marriage line. How many do you have? I have to look at it with a magnifying glass. My old eyes are not as young as they once were. I have three little lines here. 1, 2, 3. In the Wizard of Oz, who would you be? Dorothy, I guess? I guess I'd be Dorothy. I don't know who else I'd be. I don't feel like the Cowardly Lion. I don't feel like the Tin Man. Is there a third person that goes with Dorothy? Who else goes around with her? Isn't it just the Cowardly Lion and the Tin Man? Or is there somebody else who goes with her? I've already pooped this morning, Jonathan Henry, so you won't hear me whining about that. I pooped before the live stream, like a planning Paul. Like a good planning Paul. Scarecrow, that's the other one. So what's the deal with the Scarecrow? He doesn't have a brain. The Cowardly Lion doesn't have courage, and the Tin Man doesn't have a heart. Oh, I see. That's what you're trying to say. You're trying to say that Wizard of Oz made the Scarecrow an NT, but your phone didn't want to send that. Obviously, it said no. You don't mean that. You do not mean that, Nicholas Watson. You mean and put the Scarecrow at the end of brain. Nope. You still don't mean that. You mean my. Are you sure you mean NT? Okay, I guess I'll let you put that. I mean, Dorothy's the protagonist, so I feel like the protagonist in my own story, obviously. I don't feel like I lack courage, brains, or heart. I don't feel like a dog. I don't feel like the Wicked Witch of the West. I don't really feel like the Good Witch. I kind of could identify with the Wizard of Oz in the sense that, like, it's all smoke and mirrors kind of stuff, maybe. But I don't really think that. Um, I don't identify with the flying monkeys. I don't identify um, with Aunt B. Is that what she calls her vagina? Oh my gosh, you guys, I found it! It's the Holy Grail! eh, eh, eh. I finally slayed my dragon, Jordan Peterson. I got the Tin Man, this Lion Dude, this Scarecrow. They're all helping me. They're all helping me find my Holy Grail. Oh, they had to. I always find this like incredibly. Like, I wish I had that job. That they didn't want Dorothy to have such big titties as she had in real life, so somebody had to take some like saran wrap and like flatten them down every time before she went on the camera. You hide those titties, Dorothy. Come here, girl. It's saran wrap time. Yep, no, don't complain about it. Arms up. Oh, what a great job. I'd like that job. The saran wrap person. Saran wraps Dorothy before she goes on camera. Saran wrapper. Dorothy was filthy, huh? Jonathan Henry. Come on, Toto. Give it to me harder. You're a little dog. You better fuck hard because you're not packing much there, Toto. Plus, we got you fixed. All about the chaos and sanity the Munchkins caused on the set. Well, when you got a group of people who are representing the Lollipop Guild, what do you expect? What do you expect is going to happen? Nothing good ever happens at the Lollipop Guild. Why do they even have a guild for lollipops? It's obviously a euphemism. For something filthy, something absolutely filthy. Oh, Dorothy. I mentioned that support group thing you had talked about, but my dad is not going to be interested in doing anything on February 3rd except teeing the Hawaii trip that begins on the 5th. He's already teeing the fuck out of it. Have you rented your car yet? Yeah, just Just let me be me and do me my way, you know. I I don't want to be T.E. henpecked. Well, Cameron was here helping with my mom. My mom's now in the home. But Cameron will be, we leave on the 5th. Cameron will be house sitting for me while I'm gone. Feeding my cat, feeding my fish. And cooking himself a wonderful dish. Wonderful! Wonderful, wonderful! It is so wonderful to see you all here today. I am absolutely delighted to see you. It is wonderful. We are going to have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful time. Yeah, well, not all perceivers are created equal. Like an INTJ is much more likely to find common ground in that area with an ESTJ than is an ENTP. Right. So, you know, I'm mostly looking forward to seeing Rachel and getting her on the 4th. And then Hawaii will be fine. It's like I've been to Hawaii a bunch of times, a million times. So we went there all the time when I was a kid. I mean, like, as a kid, I remember sort of generally being sick of Hawaii, but Rachel's never been, so I'm excited to take her to Hawaii. I'm not like, ooh, I'm going to Hawaii because I've been there a million times. My dad, this is the thing. An ESTJ has this weird combination of contradictory things. They like to have their innie activate in the 3rd slot, in part by talking and telling you stories while you listen, and in part by traveling. But they still have that tool function of SI. So they don't travel really to new places very often. They keep going back to the same places they travel to. And so, it's like, I will say my dad traveled well. We didn't have tour buses. He didn't play, come on, everybody, let's go on a 1,000,000-mile hike again. Maybe my mom had a lot to do with that. I think she probably shut that shit down. But it was like relaxed pace traveling. There's a lot of napping and stuff. In fact, I always hated that. Was one thing I didn't like, was that there was always napping time. But it was probably the best thing for me. What type is Hambone? I think he's ENTP or INTP. I think he self-identifies as INTP. He probably is, but he's got an ENTP-esque sense of humor about him. As far as like humor goes, he reminds me of myself a lot. He's got the same humor as me. The flight is about 5 hours. The thing is, Rachel has to take a flight the previous day. It's also about 5 hours. If Rachel were going straight from New York to Hawaii, it would be a long ass flight. But she's coming here the day before, so we'll spend the night, and then she'll take another 5 hour flight, back to back days. Which isn't quite as bad as all at once. But from Los Angeles, it's only 5 hours to Hawaii. I guess that's probably why we went there a lot, is it's comparatively close compared to how it is for a lot of other people, It's relatively easy. There's not really any place that's easier to get to Hawaii from than Los Angeles. Oh, my stomach is roiling right now. I think I'm going to have to go back inside and poo some more. Ah. Oh. I. Who's the other woman who becomes uncomfortable mid-flight? Delilah? My mom? My mom's not going. That's why she's in a home now. So basically, my dad put her there so that we could all go to Hawaii, and he wouldn't have to stay behind. Because originally he made the plans to include mom. Mom was going to go with us, but then he decided it's not possible. He went back and forth, and antipolar. Shit happens the way it does because of antipolar plus TE. Delilah's going, but she's going on a couple days later after us. She's only going for part of the time. So Rachel and I and my dad will all be going on one flight, and Delilah and Danny will be going on another flight. Yeah, she didn't have any problem flying. I don't have any problem flying either. Rachel is a little nervous about flying. But she'll be fine. I guess the contingency plan would be that's not going to work for Rachel. The thing is, Seroquel is like hyperbenadryl. All right, that's what Seroquel is. Seroquel is another antihistamine, like Benadryl or what's that shit called? Chlorotrimazole? Yeah, chlorotrimazole. I don't know what the actual medicine is called. This is what the brand's called. It's chlorotrimazole. But it's an antihistamine. All those antihistamines tend to make you, or that class of antihistamines tends to make you sleepy. Seroquel's just this super strong, super antihistamine that makes you extra sleepy. But it's used to treat bipolar, schizophrenia, and stuff like that, not just to help you go to sleep. The thing is, if I were to take one of those things, probably I'd be out. And the thing is, additionally, she'll take trazodone. Now, I've had a small piece of a trazodone before, like a quarter of one of her trazodones, which would be, she took like 100 milligram trazodones. I took like 25 milligrams of it. And that was like the equivalent of extra strength Benadryl or something kind of for me. But she'd take like 2 of each of those things, right? That would probably kill me if I took that much. And she still can't sleep. That's how powerful her insomnia is. She's got some powerful fucking insomnia. And finally, the weird thing is, apparently the medical community is finally catching up and recognizing this thing that she's got as a sleep disorder. you know, um, they asked my son on a tiny charter flight if he would assume responsibility because he was seated by the exit. He said no and moved. That's not an NTP, that's an INTP. NTPs would just be like, yeah, sure. I mean, the thing is, that's what it boils down to for Rachel is she needs to sleep. She needs to get as much of a full night's sleep, as much as close to every night as she can. And if they if they if she gets that much sleep, if she gets enough sleep, then she's fine. It's hard for her to get enough sleep. It's really difficult for her to sleep. I think probably we just need to get a lot of exercise in the course of a day would help a lot, probably. What's Little China? Little China is marvelous. What's Little China? I'd be the Wizard and Wizard of Oz according to the Personality Cafe. I mean, I don't really feel like the Wizard and Wizard of Oz because I don't feel like there are any. It's not really smoke and mirrors. It's like I get how you can make that argument that it's not without a grain of truth, but I just feel a lot more legitimate than that. Are NTPs the most responsible types? Depends what you mean by responsible, but I would say probably not. Okay, well, I don't know what whining the poop is, so. Well, the thing is, for quite a long time, I have been inclined to start exercising more. Okay, so what is going on with this coronavirus? Let me Google this. I don't know anything about this. It doesn't even hardly kill any of the people who contract it. It only kills like 5 out of 2,000 people. What's the big deal? Oh, whatevs. That's just part of. That's not a big deal. Come on. Like, diseases like that, they kill off the weak in a population. No, look, 1,000 deaths worldwide, 10,000 deaths. Yeah, I know about the Spanish flu. I don't on its 5th mutation. I mean, this thing says right here. There is no evidence to suggest the virus has mutated, but the possibility of the virus changing over a period of time may not be ruled out. Well, what date is on this article? This is from yesterday. So I don't think it's on its 5th mutation. Jonathan Henry, what comprises a bubble? Look, and nothing so terrible. There wouldn't be anything so terrible about something that spread like wildfire and killed 5% of the population. It wouldn't be so terrible if it was all just like the very old and weak and the young and weak. Would it really be so terrible? I know I sound callous, but come on now. That's just the circle of life. I'm not saying we shouldn't try to stop it. We shouldn't try to save those people. We should, of course. But in the big picture view of things, would it be so terrible if the coronavirus spread like wildfire around the globe and killed 5% of the population? Just not my 5%, right? Just not my 5%. Just nobody that I love, okay? That's all. 5%, you got a pretty good shot. Got a pretty good shot. Your odds are pretty good. Population expansion is a burden on global resources, obviously. It's not going to kill me. If it only kills off the elderly and the weak and stuff, then I'm fine. I don't count. I'm not in one of those groups. I'm not afraid of die either, though. Okay? Because, die is the plural of dice. Or is dice the plural of die? Fuck yeah, I'm back. Never mind, gotta go. Bye. I want my anthrax vaccine. Why didn't they give me my anthrax vaccine? Whatever shall I do during an anthrax attack? So anyway, I mean, I noticed that nobody is really arguing against my point, though, that would it really be so terrible? That's kind of like the ideal sort of epidemic. What's interesting is the way that these diseases don't seem to ever be so deadly. Like Ebola is way scarier than coronavirus. What was your joke? Oh, obviously you can't put it. Yeah, well, I suspect that being involved in NatSec for in any capacity for any extended period of time tends to make one uh, see a lot of potential for shit going down. Like it's probably a little more difficult to get comfortable with a stable status quo the deeper you are involved in knowing all the shit that almost happened or whatever. My brother gone away and I'm bold. My brother gone away and I'm bold. My brother gone away and I'm bold. So baby, get your ass over here. That's a good blues song. My brother gone away and I'm bored. So baby, get your ass over here. I see a lot of potential for susceptibility to propaganda than anything else lately. I'm not over worried about this flu. Susceptibility to propaganda is a serious problem because given that entire populations are susceptible to it, such as China, as I see in the comments on my Taiwan videos, where they just are indoctrinated such that they can't imagine a form of patriotism that doesn't support what their country's doing. Cloud, why would you begin with "I have a statement for you" and then proceed to ask me a question? Why? Yes, I did say ESFP ISTJ is a good match. I think, you've got Socionics says ESFP INTJ, but I say ESFP ISTJ. I call that adjusted dual. In other words, in my understanding of things, duality, it's not called duality at this point, but the ideal match for ESFP is ISTJ. The same way that the ideal match for ENTP is INFJ. No, ESFP INFP is not the same. ESFP ISTJ is not the same as ESFP INFP. ESFP INFP is supervision. ESFP ISTJ is mirage. Yeah, Dolan, I don't know. I don't know what the hell he's talking about. He's convincing me he's an ESFP. I prefer Hosu. It's like the Japanese word for house. Welcome to my Hosu. So, when we go to Hawaii, that'll be good. It's coming up soon. My dad's having a meeting with me and Ella about it tomorrow. So, things are starting to move. This fucking Socionics with their JP switching. Yeah, right. I get you there. I feel you, dog. I definitely feel you, dog, there. All right. So, like, if you're talking about a Socionics INFP, you're talking about actually an INFJ. What? I'm confused. Fuck you, Socionics. I'm gonna wear poi and eat a lei. I'm gonna switch it up this time. Smear some poi around my neck. The superstition people say we have a pandemic every 20s, if every century going back a few hundred years. Oh, well, I mean, maybe the 20s are the pandemic decade. Pandecade, they call it. But in Titanic, the greatest love story, it's ESFP, INFP. Well, that's make believe, not real life. In real life, ESFP, INFP, bad. Personally, I have trouble imagining being supervised by an ESFP. But you know what you'll never hear? You know what you'll never hear a um how about INFJ ESFP? Let me think about it. Yeah, I know who Lenny Briscoe was. INFJ ESFP. Well, I mean, it would be semi-dual. I mean, I like the second one better, for sure. That's a great title for a song. I hit my head on the valve downstairs, and now I talk kind of funny. That's a good song. That's a good one. I said ESFP INFJ is semi-duals, according to Socionics. That's what I said. ESFP, I mean, it's definitely better than INFP, but if you have a procession of hitting your head on things, leading to increasing the amount of caregiving required, or damage. First thing you know, you hit your head on the top of my crib, and my eyes got blurry. Hit my head down on the floor, broke my nose, hit my head on the valve downstairs, and now I'm walked by Johnny. Hit my head on my tombstone. Now I'm lying there. Just a bunch of cracks and broken pieces of my skull inside my head, underneath the skin that covers it. Okay, so the point being, I don't think INFJ and ESFP would work out very well because I think the INFJ would become exasperated by the ESFP's sixth slot FE. That's what I think. I know a very functional ENTP ISTP relationship. I do believe that. I believe that. I think that the semi-dual relationship is a relationship that you would call good enough. It's Rachel LaPalooza! Oh, for ENTP, ISTP is supervision. You're right. No, what I meant to say about that, I'm sorry, I changed my position. I gave my argument about the other thing. What I'm going to say about that is you're right. And they both, ISTP and ENTP, can be satisfied in that relationship, that supervision relationship, but neither of them are happy. Or they don't know because of where their slot placement is with their FI and stuff. But it's functional. It's a functional supervision relationship. It's a little less supervisory than some others, perhaps, because ENTP is so egalitarian and so disinclined to supervise. Bye, Kankan Krishna Sarmapago. Bye. No, I haven't seen that video. So you say they can't be happy? Well, I'm saying that they're probably satisfied. There's a difference between satisfied and happy. Like they probably both get their needs met, and they probably would self-identify as happy enough, and so that's fine. It's more of an indication of the low valuing of FI than anything else, though. I mean, they could be happy, but they could be happier if they were in the right relationship. That's my point. Well, for ISTP, what's better than that? ENFJ. ENFJ ISTP is the right pairing. ENFJ should be with ISTP. Clive, why do you keep hammering these things with me? You shouldn't get an INTJ girl. You should get an ISTJ girl because you're a perceiving type, not that's not the right kind of duality for you. Eric duality is the right duality for you, which means since you're a perceiving type, you get with the same physical. Like, so ESFP should be with ISTJ. That way, they're both physical perceivers. All right, so let's edit. Let's edit that a little bit, Dolan. I hit my head on the valve downstairs. Which and now that spot can't grow new hairs. And now that spot can't grow new hairs, I think. Yeah, definitely that. Yeah, I'm confused by questionnaires is great. I think I hit my head on the valve downstairs, and now that spot will grow no hairs, and I'm confused by questionnaires. And I elicit worried stares. I elicit worried stares. There's another one you could put there. No, it's lyrics for Dolan's new song that he's writing. The basic gist of it is I hit my head on the valve downstairs, and now I talk kind of funny. Was that the original one? I forget what it was. Something like that. Yeah, and now I talk kind of funny. I hit my head on the valve downstairs. Now I talk kind of funny. You got to leave out the and of the right syllabication. It is quirky. It's quirky and perky, which are two qualities you want in a thing. Oh, I see. Which one do you put in there? I think you go. I'm confused by questionnaires. And now I talk kind of funny and get confused by questionnaires. I'm being walked by Johnny. Just forget the and now. You know, like hit my head on the valve downstairs and now I talk kind of funny. And I'm confused by questionnaires. I'm being walked by Johnny. It's like that, you know. And then you start the second verse with I hit my head on the valve downstairs again. I hit my head on the valve downstairs. The government sends me money. And people give me worried stares. I named my hamster Honey. You should be writing that down. I'm sorry, my bubbles are high and fine. Cruising through the atmosphere. ESFP INFP is magic in the spring of 2020 vision year. What? Cloud. Good. See you later. And he exhausts you. I know. Well, so you do them. You got multiple stanzas. Each one begin with I hit my head on the valve downstairs. Okay, and then it's got three other lines. So, and it's all structured. Each one is structured the same way. So, like the second one, hit my head on the valve downstairs. The government sends me money. People, I provoke such worried stares. Whatever else I said before. And then the next one could be my nose is always runny. I masturbate at county fairs. My My cranium's gone gummy. If I hit my head on the valve downstairs and now my head is runny, the hospital will give me care because I have no money. If I hit my head on the valve downstairs, my cranium's gone gummy. I masturbate at county fairs and make the place all cummy. Yep. I hit my head on the valve downstairs. My cranium's gone gummy. I'll masturbate at county fairs and make the place all cummy. That's a good one. Hey Rachel, I dreamed you and E-Rock were in an intense hula dance off. You all really need to try out the grass skirts and show us. Well, we're going to go bikini shopping when we get to Hawaii for Rachel to get her a bikini. No thong, Rachel. I want that ass covered up with a piece of cloth so that other people don't get to enjoy looking at all of it. I really like the idea of going bikini shopping with you. That sounds like a great activity. Better try on another one. Let's try on this one now. Are you allowed to try on bathing suits? I don't think you're allowed to try them on. Huh? I dreamed of, or woke up thinking about, I guess. I think I was dreaming about Lenny Briscoe from Law and Order, which is why this live stream is called that. He died kind of abruptly, from my perspective, when he was 69 years old. And it always affected me. Like, no, not Lenny Briscoe. What? I will. I will be very honest. They have little tissues that are in the crotch area that once you try on the suit, you remove the tiny tissue from the crotch. Once you buy the suit, presumably, right? Not when you try it on, you remove the protective tissue. Or do you put it back in once? I don't know. Whatever. Girls. Girls have girl things. Boy, this school I went to yesterday was swanky. The bathroom for the boys, they had taken the girls' bathroom and written boys on a piece of paper and put it over the girls' thing because it's all girls' school, so there weren't really any boys' bathrooms anywhere. They had like furniture in the bathrooms, like little tables, and on the table there'd be a basket with feminine hygiene products in it, all nicely laid out. It was such a swanky school. The Marlboro School is called. It's an all girls school in like Hancock Park. I kind of want to look it up, in fact. Hancock, wait, the Marlboro School. The Marlboro School is an independent college preparatory secondary school from grades 7 through 12 in Hancock Park of Los Angeles. was founded in 1889 by New England educator Mary Caswell and is the oldest independent girls' school in Southern California. In 2016, Town and Country magazine ranked Marlboro as the best girls' school in America. Huh. Students who attend Marlboro are also known as Violets, the original Marlboro mascot. It's sixth in the U.S. for schools with the highest standardized test scores. And the student-to-teacher ratio is 8-1. There's 530 kids who go to this school. It's quite a large school for only 530 kids. None of the rooms have more than 10. There's 12 desks in them. They offer I've got a lot of notable alumni. Interesting. Definitely a nice school. And I gotta tell you, their debaters are pretty badass. A Marlboro girl won the tournament yesterday, although she didn't have to go through my kid. But man, the spread they laid out there for everybody was just fantastic. It was like a hotel buffet, like a nice hotel breakfast, basically. If you go to one of those hotels that provides free breakfast, but they do a good job of it, and it's nice, it's got all kinds of good stuff and lots of different things. It was, yeah, they had a piano in the student art gallery. Oh no, there were no soccer moms. No, it was catered for sure. They had shit tons of different pastries. They had fresh chopped fruit in a bowl, big bowl. They had multiple kinds of coffee. They had multiple kinds of cream for the coffee. This was for everybody at the tournament, including all the kids, all the parents, all the coaches, all the judges, whatever, whoever was there. Anybody could help themselves. They had plenty for everybody. Even so, at lunch they had the classic LA move, which is you hire a taco truck guy to come cater your shit. It's classic LA. It doesn't matter how swanky it is. That counts as swanky in LA. If you get nice taco truck person come, you got a couple of Mexicans and they come and they've got their different meats and the different kinds of tortillas, and they had pico de gallo and rice and beans and the whole taco shit, and it was really nice, and they had plenty for everybody. There was no running out of any food. And after people were done, somebody, things just got cleaned up sort of by somebody, who knows, and yeah, their girls are fucking smart. They're good. Probably my kid lost to the girl that I voted for in the last round. I know she was 3-0 coming into the last round. And I thought to myself, God damn it. And she was really good. No, they didn't serve any wine coolers and punch for the adults. It ended before cocktail hour, basically. It ended about 6 o'clock with the awards. But they had multiple drinks for lunch too. They had lemonade, horchata, like water with limes in it, and the whole thing was really. They had the Wi-Fi worked well for everybody, such as it was. No, it's not that. Because look, my kid is not the best speaker. That's just how it is. He's just not the greatest. He's not going to win on speaker points usually. The thing is, if my kid had hit, if they had run it all the way to the end, there were 4 undefeateds at the end. So they should have run 2 more rounds. Well, it's just standard for taco truck stuff actually around here. Horchata standard. So the thing is, if they run it out, if my kid had been AF, I'm quite confident we would have won the tournament. Nobody was prepped for my AF case, and it was because I watched my kid just de-pants and dismantle a very powerful, good Marlboro girl in his 3rd round on AF. When he got her into the cross examination, it was a wheat thresher like I've never seen before. I think it was just every question she'd be like, no. It was just a body blow, body blow, body blow, body blow. It was fucking awesome. She was so crushed at the end of that fucking cross. She knew that round was over. And she'd come in, she was 2-0 like my kid was. She'd come in with high hopes to win this tournament. She was thinking, I'm the Marlboro girl who's going to win this thing. And then she ran into my AF, and she had no fucking idea what to do with it. And that Marlboro coach is good. He does good casework, but my casework was better. Makes me happy. There wasn't anything any Marlboro girl was going to do if they came across my AF. It's not spelled like that, okay? It's Marlboro School is not spelled like Marlboro cigarettes. It's spelled like Burrow, like in New York. Who's gonna take care of my fancy clothes when the earth blows up? I like world blows up better than earth, I think. Who's gonna take care of my fancy clothes when the world blows up? Cashmere's kind of sensitive to changes in temp. That's your 2nd line. And sweaters and a closet full of sweaters means a burden on the weather. So somebody responsible. So someone. Well, we're gonna run with the next line. Let's hope somebody good at least shows up. You see? It doesn't have to be that rhyme scheme, Dolan. It has to be A, B, A, B, A, B, A, B, A, B. Okay? God. You're making me gaw. Is that what he's trying to do? Make me gaw? Let's rhyme up with up. Let's rhyme pup with up. Pup, up, chup. There you go. All your lyrics are written down. How many Rachel Appalosas did it take to fill up a pup tent? The word pup reminds me of Rachel because it reminds me of when she told me that she had to look up pup tent, which I used in the lyrics of one of my songs. Who's gonna ache carf of my fantasy clothes when the world goes pop? Cashmere's pretty sensitive. Can't let it wrinkle up. If you put the 2 in there, it's 1 extra syllable. Pup Perone, please, is a dog treat. Puppetence. My face is expressive. See how expressive it is? What emotion does this expression convey? What am I feeling right now? Who can guess my emotion? If I really wanted to hide what I was doing in poker, that's what I do when I was playing poker. I just make those faces all the time when I'm deciding what to do, and people would have no idea what emotion I have. Nice FI smile? What do you mean by FI smile? What is Host Eric sup in the pup tent tonight? I'm super easy to read. I'm just not ever going to play poker again. I don't think. It's just, why am I even bothering to play poker? I couldn't be easier to read. It's so obvious to everybody what I've got in my hand. I should just not look at my cards and just play like that. That would be an interesting thing to do. To try to play poker without looking at your cards. And just bet. You just have to look at the other people and decide what you're going to do. If I don't know what I have, it's easy for me to play. Like, well, I don't know what I have, so scratch your neck. It is hard for me to lie about what's going on in my head because obviously I'm used to having things be pleasant and fun. And if I'm not feeling pleasant and funness, then there's probably a problem somewhere in the world that requires me to address for some reason, which means it's probably a problem that is close to me. Like, okay, Bobby, I need to talk to you because you're starting to piss me off, like that kind of a thing. Or, okay, Bobby, I need to talk to you because you said some things the other day that hurt my feelings. When you told me I was the single ugliest human being you've ever seen, it felt a little harsh. Tape your ears back and your eyebrows up. That way you won't reveal just what's up. This is also one of my chakra opening techniques, by the way. I can feel my chakras opening right now. No, I can't. No, I can't count cards. I can't count them because that requires a little bit more SI than I am willing to exist with in my life. Or able. Willing or able. Yeah, I'm trying to open up the meta chakra. Heretofore unaccessed chakra that's right between the spleen and the pituitary gland. It's like Middletown, halfway between Cleveland and Cincinnati. Throat chakra. Because you just do that 50 times and your throat chakra will start to open up. Then you'll understand what it means to be chakrafied. What am I going to do with all this extra chakra I have going on right now? I've opened up all these chakras. I've got chakra goo spilling out at an alarming rate. What do you do when you've got chakra goo spilling out of you at an alarming rate? What do you do when you've got chakra goo spilling out of you at an alarming rate? Am I still on my NE rampage, Cloud? You are an amperage of something that reminds me of camping. That's not very fun. You've got a pan full of dirt in your hand. What are you cooking us, Cloud? I don't want your cooked up dirt for dinner. How did you come up with the idea that I would want to eat that pan of dirt? Take it back and put it in your pants where it belongs. The end. Does that answer your question? Does it? What the fuck? Well, because see, around here, we believe in words. If you are really an ESFP, you think words are just to kick up dirt and means to an end. You don't think of them as an end in themselves. And that is why you fail. True. It's super true. Yes, it is. Swing loose, sweet chariot, carrying wave cloud back home. Swing loose, Serbian chariot, taking cloud back to Serbia. Well, here you go, cloud. Now you're back to Serbia. Swing blue, sitting there on a rock in the remote. Swing blue. Ain't nobody is, just some humping. Perfect for me, cause I am a dumpling. Yes, indeed, I'm ESFP, so all I need is a humpery, oh yeah. Okay, well, we get it. I get it, Cloud. You hate Eric and you hate Serbia. You love humping. You don't like my answers to your questions. You don't like my funny hilarity, no matter how hilarious and funny it is. You're gonna charm Rachel and take her away from me, Cloud. Good luck. You work on that. We'll see how it goes. Lightning cloud, cloud of lightning, lightning cloud, cloud of lightning, lightning cloud. You said ESFP INFJ is good. I said it's better than ESFP INFP. Gaw. Cloud. What is with? It's like, you know, I can do. Does everybody see the similarity here between Cloud and Joel Nathan Henry? Cloud's a little more. He's Cloud's pretty sharp, but do you see the similarities though? Just the frustration with words as an end in themselves. But talk is cheap. I'm tired of all these words. You're not doing this right, Eric. You're just being words for their own sake, not for the purpose of doing shit like you're supposed to. Well, no. You keep doing shit for its own sake rather than for the purpose of words like you're supposed to. That's what I think. So, touche. We cancel each other out. I have video idea. You have video idea, huh? Okay, well, what's your video idea that you have? Who's going to take care of my clothes when the world goes pop? Cashmere is pretty sensitive. We can't let it wrinkle up. No, I don't think so on those last lines there, mister. I don't think so. Okay, go for it, Cloud. You want to send me a video and tell me to post it if I want? I will probably post it. Go for it. Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it. It's forced because of the attempt to rhyme. You might as well change up the rhyme at that point. There's no reason to try to force something into the same rhyme. You've got an opportunity to switch it up. Just because the first chunk rhymes, right? I like that. First chunk rhymes. Leave it like that. Do a new chunk that doesn't rhyme with the first chunk. So, who's going to take care of my clothes when the world goes pop? Cashmere is sensitive. Can't let it wrinkle up. Then you say, like, my neckties stain so easily. My leather loincloths supple feel. Man. See what I'm saying? I think you see what I'm saying. I do. I'm pretty convinced that you see what I'm saying for the first time ever in your life. You finally are seeing what I'm hearing and you're saying, and we're both writing together, namely, specifically, the answer to the truth and the wonders of nature that follow forevermore on it. In the jungle, the mighty jungle, the lion sleeps tonight. In the jungle, the mighty jungle, the lion sleeps tonight. We wop away. I don't hate anyone, Eric. I'm not that insecure. I'm glad, Joel Nathan Henry, you are so hate-free that it reminds me of a lady I once knew named Hate-Free, Hatelessly Free Hate. That was her name. She was free of hate. She was hatelessly free of hate. She didn't even hate. That's how tolerant she was. She tolerated everything, no matter how intolerable it was. Congrats, Joel. Your identity is so strong. Congratulations on having a strong identity. I believe we're handing out medals later for identity strength. Ross had a monkey who also played that song. Ross also had a Rachel. I never really identified with Ross very much. I did want to fuck Rachel. And I still do. It's just a different Rachel now. I never was attracted to Monica at all. Or Phoebe, frankly. You know, I never... Monica, I found just like bossy, and you know, I wouldn't want to be with that. Is what I remember thinking. Like, God, that would be annoying. Really, what I was going like, I wouldn't want to be with an SFJ. And Phoebe, what's funny is before I even knew about cognitive functions or anything, I got Phoebe like. I knew who she was. Like, oh, I don't like those kind of girls in general. Like, I can't. They're cool, but I can't hang with that shit. What I meant in my head at the time was NFPs. Some people might say she's SFP, right? But the point is, she's really kind of like a cross between an ESFP and an ENFP because she plays the piano and all that shit, right? And so it's like I identified her as in my head kind of like an ENFP type, and I was like, I like those people, but I don't want to be with them at all. There's a failure to see eye to eye, you know. Rachel seemed like in the show, um, Rachel seemed like by far the best girlfriend to have, you know. Is she a rational learning or learning? ESFP in regards to everyone else. Stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself. Right. Um, I like Chandler too, and I identify with Chandler sort of. I mean, Phoebe is probably an SFP, but I thought of her mostly as her more NFP qualities, like the guitar playing and the kind of mystical shit. So, but I mean, overall, probably she's ESFP. I would say the character is ESFP, but I always tended to think, just because I guess I'm attuned to it, I identified her as more ENFP than ESFP, I guess. But I think in retrospect, thinking about it now, it's like, obviously I didn't really think about her as a type back when I was initially watching the show because I didn't know anything about it back then. I've got to smoke this cigarette. I've been sitting here holding it for a while now. So I'm going to ask you, please, 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 will you chat amongst yourselves for a moment? Ken Krishna Sarmapagu, we're discussing Friends. A rapper with a ghostwriter? What the fuck happened? Can you guess what bodily fluid I'm emitting right now? If you guessed urine, you were correct. If you guessed anything other than urine, you're incorrect. I have a little electronic cigarette that I take on the plane that it's very easy to hit that shit without anybody knowing. Just put it under your jacket and go and blow it out in your jacket, and then it's just water vapor comes out. Nobody can tell. You can totally get away with it. I've done it on every flight I've been on since for a long time now. If you want to be super low pro about it, you go to the bathroom and do it. It's 5 hours from LA. So you got 10 hours of flight, but you split it into 2 days, both coming and going. So I've got this thing I'm making here that is this book. And I'm going to try to write. I just started it, but I want to put images in it throughout it. I'm going to put it as, for right now, anyone with the link can edit this. And I'll put it here. What I'm looking for is basically help with formatting and images to make it more visually successful at conveying information, basically. Like, in the beginning part, it says enter the video or this book, whatever you want to call it. It's mostly about frames. Maybe a picture of a frame or something put in here somewhere. And then probably each of these terms, I want to italicize it. I don't know. Just if anybody has any notions on formatting, go ahead and do what you think should be done. Try not to do something over something somebody else did. This should go above this. These terms should go above this. This should go up here. Like meow, meow, meow. Okay, so this is what made me put the terms up there so I could get rid of this stuff. Okay, so what? Yeah. Okay, so It's about mostly about friends. Just get rid of about. Just get rid of mostly. It's about friends. I forget about friends. I mean, it's about cognitive functions. Observation, reality, maps and territories, and so forth. Which means it's really about framing. Okay. Goodbye, everybody.